What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. This is the wrestling news for you all today on the Wrestling Inc. article where we're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know. And make sure to watch until the very end. And we're going to start off on today with some backstage reports on another AEW contract up this year. And it says right here, it's safe to say that it has been the year of movement within the wrestling business, with contracts expiring in almost every nation and several stars moving on greener pasture. Most recently, WWE had been the place with expiring deals, with long-term star MVP leaving after his deal expired, and former Hurt Business stablemate Bobby Lashley likely to do the same. Now, word has emerged that is as an AEW star's future may also be up in the air. Fightful Select reports that AEW's Ray Phoenix is also set to hit the open market at some point this year, though the exact date the exact date is unknown. While this news is new, it's also not entirely surprisingly, as Phoenix's brother Penta El Zero Miedo revealed earlier this year that his AEW contract was set to expire late August or early September, leading many to speculate that Phoenix's deal would be up around the same time as expected. Like, AEW is looking to make sure the duo known as the Lucha Bros remain with AEW for years to come. With those close to the situation, like saying offers have been made to Phoenix and Penta, like and that the two sides like have emerged like in negotiation. Current like it's currently known, like, however, like, we're where things like stand between the two sides, like, should Phoenix enter the open market, it is expected that he will draw interest from WWE, much like his brother. And it also says, in the meantime, both Phoenix and Penta have been keeping busy with AEW, with Phoenix having won the last three matches, including a win over Tony Nese on AEW Collision this past Saturday. And on July 20th, the duo were most recently seen wrestling for with AEW's partner CMLL in Arena, Mexico. Like this past Friday, teaming with Death Triangle, like with Death Triangle teammate Pac to wrestle Mystico, Mascara Dorada, and Vladador Jr. And what is your opinions onto this matter? Do you think that they will indeed resign a new deal with AEW, or do you think that they'll move on and go to a company like WWE perhaps? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. That all depends. Like, if they're going to be making more appearances despite their contracts are up at the end of the year, I can assume that we can see. Assume that we'll see them stick around with AEW and sign another multi-year deal with the promotion. But at the same, but then again, like if they don't be making any appearance, making that much appearances, and they're going to be absent for the rest of August, we might have our answer. But we're just going to have to wait and see when it comes to pass. But but yeah, for now we'll just continue to speculate. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some Bully Ray news now as he assesses implication like of this WWE title being retained at SummerSlam 2024 due to the substantial buildup like of Cody Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship win. The chances of Solo Sikoa dethroning him at SummerSlam appears minimal. Like despite the bloodline's strength in numbers, like should Rhodes retain, however, how will the bloodline look to WWE audiences moving forward? Bully Ray discussed that we reverberations like of a Solo Sikoa defeat on the Busted Open Radio. He he explains, I think the bloodline definitely takes a step backwards. Like the bloodline has done a tremendous job of beating the crap out of everybody associated with Cody Rhodes. And now it's going to take somebody to come back that not necessarily wants to associate with Cody, but has unfinished business with his own family. Bully suggests a hypothetical Roman Reigns return as a way to book a loss to for Solo Sikoa without damaging his momentum. He added, I can definitely see the age old direction of Roman Reigns' music hits Solo looking, oh my God, like what is this? Cody get the 1, 2, 3. Cody get out of there. Solo and Roman in stare down. But yes, I believe you need to keep the championship on Cody. I think you have your story there with Roman and Solo. Bully also pointed to a potential Rhodes and Rock program as another reason to keep the belt on Cody. He added that that he would love to see Rock portray a pure, unadulterated heel. Like next time, like around, without any of his what's that it's of his cur his cute courtesy performance. Like I would love to see the Rock come in and impose his will on Cody 10 times more than he did last year. I don't want your effing catchphrase. I don't want your playing with the crowd. I want you to be the complete heel. Like, don't give me this. Well, he's still got to be a Hollywood star. Nah, like when you're doing TMZ, go be a Hollywood star. When we're in WWE, be a scumbag heel. That's a scumbag heel. That's what Bully Ray said. And do you agree with with the former tag team champion and in one half of the Dudley Boys, or do you think that or do you have different opinions about one The Rock and Cody Rhodes? Do you think that The Rock should be like a Hollywood scumbag, or do you think he should continue doing what he was doing as the final boss, like with him? Uh, Making fun of the fans and catchphrase and stuff, that's what make him an excellent heel, like as much as it does make him an excellent baby face. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys to decide in the comment section right down below. I think like we that should happen, and also I think he should. Yeah, either way, I hope that he does get this match against Cody at the Showcase of the Immortals, and also I. And do you agree with Roman Reigns? Do you agree with Bubba Ray of talking about wanting Roman Reigns to be the reason why Solo be cost the world championship, like so he won't lose any momentum in this match against the American Nightmare. Which that's the best way to do it, to keep the title on Cody Rhodes, so you don't have to bury Solo like because he got kind of screwed out of his title match against his own by his own cousin. I meant to say, like yeah, and he allowed the guy that beat him for the championship to retain, and then that's what made Solo even more pissed off. And this is where we got Roman Reigns won't give no dams because he pissed him off first by claiming that he's the tribal chief. And then we can see more intensity happening the following SmackDown on the post-show episode after SummerSlam. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. Do you think Roman Reigns will be the reason why Solo Sikoa has the downfall of losing this undisputed WWE Championship match? But let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about Scorpio Sky, a guy that we haven't seen in AEW in ages, and yeah, he discusses his AEW hurdles following injury recovery, and despite being one of the true AEW originals, Scorpio Sky hasn't been a prominent part of the company over the past 2 years, like following the 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 bandment the disbandment of the SCU, like, and later the men of the year, like Sky would feud over the TNT championship with Sammy Guevara, like before disappearing from screen, like until AEW Collision debuted in summer 2023. Like, however, Sky would only wrestle on a handful of occasions, like in both AEW and ROH, before being absent again. So where has been? Appearing on Chris Van Vliet's Inside podcast, Sky clarified that not only is he healthy, but the notion of him being injured prone isn't true, like either, as it was just one injury that that halted his momentum. And he explains, I hurt my knee like 2 years ago. Like it was when I had the TNT title, somewhere along the that I don't even remember what match it was. I don't even remember what the exact diagnosis was, but it wasn't anything too crazy. That small injury turned into a more serious problem after a match. with Dante Martin in June 2022, and he added, "I thought like I actually tore my growing muscle like in the actual match. I didn't know like it was my knee. Like I got to the doctor after, and out I find out that on no you kind of strained your groin, but it's actually your knee. Like like uh, like Sky would drop the TNT title to Wardlow 1 month later, which turned out to be his last match for almost a year. As for when he will be in an AEW ring again, Sky admitted that it's hard to get back into rotation after a long absence. But he knows what he's capable of, and is ready to show the AEW fans what they have been missing. And when do you think Scorpio Sky will come back, like from this long months of absence? And what's your thoughts on him not being injured for the last at least from half of the year? Like he's been cleared probably like since like early, it says right here, considering that he has been battling diverticulitis for the past year. Kenny Omega isn't going to be getting back in the ring anytime in the immediate future. But that hasn't stopped people from calling out the former AEW World Champion for matches when he is eventually cleared to compete. One person who has recently called out Omega is none other than New Japan Strong Openweight Champion Gabe Kidd, who is currently sitting on 6 points in the annual G1 Climax tournament. Kidd got his biggest win of the tournament over Shingo Takagi on July 29th yesterday, and was so fired up that he posted a social media that Omega's day are Kenny Omega's days are numbered before Kidd gets his hands on him. Considering Omega's health, he he hasn't been fully active like on social media as of late, but did take the time to respond to Kid on X, and he tweeted, "You must have forgotten that I work for AEW. Most of our roster are de- delusional, like psychopaths. Yeah. Like most of our rosters are delusional, and he added, tell you what, bruh, like go win the G1, and maybe I'll think about gifting you with a Kenny Omega touch, like same one that score up your, what it says right here. I should have pushed it that that touch. Score up your top talent like that bag here in the U.S. And Gabe Kidd responded Kenny Omega with some time clocks, like with the one that ticks in, and the other one that's the sand timer. But yeah, you can see it right here on X, like on the tweet from Kenny Omega with Gabe Kidd responding. And do you think there's a future dream match down the line between the New Japan Pro Wrestler and the All Elite Wrestler? It's possible. Like the only thing that's the problem is that's keeping them from fighting each other is Kenny Omega's diverticulitis. Like if he as soon as but if he assuming recovers from that, like you might see him be in the program with the New Japan Strong Openweight champion. But we're just gonna have to, like I said, wait and see, like when Kenny Omega can finally recover from his illness, so he can be prepared of getting him back into wrestling programming with AEW and maybe even New Japan Pro Wrestling. They'd previously experienced a revival of sorts thanks to Matt's Broken Universe back in the mid 2010s. And while the Hardys have yet to capture any gold in their return, like they seem to be having a gold time, having been active in the tag team scenes, while also exploring the broken universe once more. And while speaking with Bill Apter of Sportskeeda, Matt Hardy was asked what was the difference between the current Hardys in TNA run compared to their time with the promotion years ago. For Matt, like the answer comes from how TNA structured their creative direction compared to he and Jeff's first run. He responds, I feel like it has more structure now that Anthem is there. I am dealing with Tommy Dreamer. He's kind of the lead with us when it comes to creative. I love working with Tommy. Like it's been a blessing and just a pleasure for us to work with Tommy like across the years, having Tommy being the guiding force between the current Hardy Boys run, like, and we kind of collaborate when we talk about creative. It's been great. And that's what really enjoyable. Like that I feel uh, like they're organized. Like they have the direction, like, and they're doing a really good job telling good stories, and you get pretty good in ring action now because I think they have a hell of a roster now. Actually, they uh, had a big if they had a bigger platform, TNA could be doing really, really well right now. They're on X TV. Uh, they have the TNA app. I just want to see them grow. And if we're there, I definitely want to make them grow. And what is your thoughts on Matt Hardy's response to Bill Apter's questions on the differences between the Nashville-based promotion now and then from before in the previous run? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. And do you think they're having a much more better time in TNA than they were like about like 6 7 years ago? I mean, not 6 7, I mean 7 8 years ago, like, or even a little bit later than that, like almost pretty much a decade ago, like when they were winning like tag team gold and even TNA world championship gold. Like I'm not sure if like it has to do with anything winning championships. It's just that how the atmosphere is when you're on your run in any wrestling promotion, like whatever the mood is, like whether if it's in a good or bad, like happy, emotion, no, or any of those moods or what's that called what's that or whatever mood it is in the atmosphere of the promotion. And I don't think Matt Hardy's saying that this run's better than them, like from almost a decade ago. It's just that it's more of a positive one, like than they ever had before. And yeah, they haven't been getting any success like since coming back, like they like once had before. But yeah, that doesn't even matter. Like if as long as you're having a fun time. But do you think they're gonna eventually help some TNA go like in the somewhere in the foreseeable future? Or do you think they're gonna just have this little run and maybe they'll go back to WWE? Or do you think they're gonna have a run in like NXT, like considering the crossovers, even though they're not per se in a uh, in a permanent contract with TNA, or not? I would say permanent, more likely a be in a multi-year deal kind of contract. It's like just a short-term deal with the Nashville-based promotion, but I could see them could have a run in NXT, whether if they sign with WWE or stay in TNA, and they could possibly could win the NXT Tag Team. If there's any plans for doing that, like I wouldn't put past that they could beat someone like Nathan Frazier or Axiom, for an example, and they become finally become those tag team champions that they've yet to win in WWE. Because when they came back to WWE from like 2017 till like 2020. Well, Matt Hardy already left in 2020, while Jeff Hardy didn't leave until like 2021, 2022, like a year or two after. So yeah, like they had a couple years of a good run there, and since then they won belts, including Jeff Hardy, like with him winning tag gold like a couple of separate times, along with the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. And yeah, for Matt Hardy, like he won, tag team gold with not only with Jeff Hardy a couple occasions, but also with Bray Wyatt as their Eater of Worlds of Deletion kind of team, or whatever they were called. But yeah, but that's the only thing that was kind of relevant of him being the woken broken character, because he at first he was in a program with Bray Wyatt until they became a team. Like ever since on 2018's WrestleMania was it was WrestleMania 34, of course. But yeah, like that's the only thing that was like the highlight of Mal Hardy's character is the master of the deletion, or whatever he said it like. Oh, I'm saying it in my own version with my own voice. Like I just thought I'm just getting to the point, and then not mainly talking about it and talking about this side of Mal Hardy in this topic. So I guess it just did a quick my own voice version of Mal Hardy's catchphrase. But yeah, but I would see them have some kind of a successful tag team run. They nearly did on AEW, but but like Jeff Hardy said on the interview, not trying to make fun of him, not trying to talk down about him, but yeah, he kind of did mess himself up. But the thing is now, like he's much more of a better person than he is then, or even previous than that. Now he's better than what he was then, like in the past. But like now, I mean, he's better now than he was in the past. I meant to say, yeah. And let's hope it stays that way for the rest of his career in wrestling and for the rest of his life and his well-being as well. Like because before he can even get back in the square circle, like he needs to take care of himself, like outside of the bit in the square circle business. But yeah, let's move on to the next slide. And yeah, wish the Hardy Boys the very best of luck in their TNA run. Like, and it seemed like they're having a great time. But let's hope it continues. Let's hope we'll see them have even much more of a thunderific time in over there. And let's hope we'll see them back into WWE for one final run, which I could see them doing so on NXT. Like, even though they could have like one final run on the main roster as well, the collaboration partnership with TNA, yeah. But let's move on to the next slide. We got details on tax insensitive AEW to receive from Ohio. The state of Ohio is as all elite. Like AEW will be among the the benefit the series of a newly announcing tax credit to support the film and television industry in the Buckeye State. According to an official press release, AEW will receive one point 1.2 $1.2 million of the total associated three 36.7 million dollars fis in fiscal in a fiscal incentives aimed against incentives aimed to support the theatrical television and film projects in Ohio. The announcement specifically names a future AEW venue, or yeah, or no, venue venture. Why I said venue venture, in the city of Cleveland. Although he exactly, but when exactly that may take place is unknown, as AEW's live event calendar currently lists no Cleveland dates. There is, however, an AEW collision taping on the books on books for September 12th in Dayton. Regarding the tax credit, Governor Mike DeWine said, Ohio is ideal location for entertainment production. We offer big city backdrops, small town appeal, and every in between. We are happy to welcome these productions and the economic impact they bring to Ohio. Ohio's local ec- economy expects to benefit from the subsidy by way of jobs created to support these projects, in addition to the money spent in the state of various goods and services by the production themselves, by including AEW in the tax credit. Ohio shows that it that values sports entertainment as an integral part of the entertainment scene, as a whole. Ohio's department director, Lydia Mahalik summarized the program's benefits by saying, from the stage to the studio to Main Street, you never know where you'll find the next great production underway in Ohio. The receptions of these motion picture tax credits will support local economies, bringing jobs to the state and showcasing Ohio's great communities. AEW last hosted a television taping in Ohio. It was in June 15th of Youngstown for the first anniversary of Collision. And what is your thoughts on? But what is your thoughts on? Of But what is your thoughts on what that of of Ohio production, like as a little tax gives what's that a little tax credit what's that compensation to AEW production. And or no, I mean, what's I'm talking about, like for AEW for like the next time they show up, like and have an AEW show in the in the upcoming weeks or months, like and you have a little like a little like what's that a special of the show or even a AEW pay per view. Let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. I'd like to hear your opinions onto this matter of of where like of what do you think about this, and do you think they're gonna have this production on like when they go back to the state of Ohio, like even if it's Dayton, or do you think that it's only like exclusively like big cities like Cleveland or even Cincinnati or anywhere else that's like the main city of or even the capital of Ohio, which is I believe it's Columbus, I believe, but let me know down in the comments section right down below. And and we got okay. Next up, we got Alexis King news now, as W's yeah as W I mean as he explains out outlook on NXT's relationship with TNA and whether it involved playing the role of a young savage in the new era Hart Foundation in MOW, or paying tribute to his late father as part of the Varsity Blonde in AEW. WWE NXT star Alexis King, like knows how to navigate the pro wrestling landscape and decide how to fit himself into it. Like now, just as he's setting into NXT 9 months, like after his debut, the roster is changing. Following WWE's partnership with TNA. And he explained this while speaking on the Busted Open Radio. I think it's cool and all. King, I mean, yeah, all cool. Yeah, it's all it's cool and all. Like I don't care. Like and the calling like in the cronin of TNA, ECW, AEW. I don't care where you come from. I came from a different acronym, a different acronym. Like at one time, I don't look at any one roster like as a set bubble. I I think if you look at pro wrestling, like you got to look at the whole landscape. You got to look at the entire roster. So I don't look at different factions at this like that or the other. I think everybody is a everybody's an opponent. Like everybody is an enemy of mine. Like, and if you're coming over to my show and taking spots, you're on my radar because I am the king of NXT, and this is my uh, the domain. You're going to come in here and you're going uh, to parade around that TNA flag. Well, you better get ready to get in the ring and throw some hands because I'm fighting for my spot too. I don't care what a acronym like that is. Like we're all wrestlers. We're all in this business together, and I think we should all be fighting for the spots like equally and as hard, and we should all be putting on our best performances. And what is your thoughts on Alexis King's statement? A statement of like it doesn't matter where promotion you're from. Like if he sees you as a threat, he's going to he's gonna be on his he's gonna be vigilant, like of defending his domain in his brand that he's under a contract with, and that is WWE NXT. But who uh, and do you agree with him on that? And who do you think he might face like outside of the company, like whether if it's from TNA or maybe a totally different company? Like, do you want to see him in a big time programming with you want to see him in programming with somebody like in some kind of a crossover angle? Let me know in the comment section right down below. He's currently, I believe, in a program with Eddie Thorpe. And I think Eddie Thorpe got a win over him a week ago, and but yeah, King managed to do a post match beatdown and messed up the hand and arm of the Native American wrestler. And where do you think that's going to lead up to? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. We got some Dijak news, like with him implies that he may not have been released from WWE if Triple H was solely in charge. And we got some very interesting news to talk about with Dijak, with his opinion, like of his contract recently expired, like in WWE about a month ago on June 28th of this year, after he officially announced the company chose not to offer him a new deal. He had been called up to WWE on the Raw brand. Dijak has now opened up about his departure from the company, sharing that the decision to let him go was not completely on the current CCO Triple H. Appearing on Wrestling with Things, Dijak explains that if Vince McMahon was still running WWE, he would be placed the blame on him. Whereas now he believes like there were multiple factors that went into the old. Went to his ultimately not being re-signed. He said, "I can't, in all good con, consider, seriousness, like say that this was Triple H's regime because there's too much change, right? Like 2 years ago would have been easy. Like said Vince McMahon, his fault." Said it's his fault. Like, but Buck stops at him. Buck stops at him. He owns the company. Like he runs the creative everything. Every single decision went by Vince McMahon. Now it's different. Now it's owned by Endeavor, which has a board of directors, which has WWE personnel like in uh, integrated like in and then there's a layer under of creative, so there's a ton of people who could make this call. I can't point the finger and say it's this person's fault or it's that person's fault or anything. I just don't know. Dijak continued by explaining he 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 doesn't blame WWE for not wanting to renew his contract from the business side of things, but things it was a poor decision to let him go because of his work rate in the ring and his creative upside. But but what is your thoughts on doing with his statement on how it would have been if Endeavor wasn't the owner? Like if it was Vince McMahon, like you'd say blame him, like if he released him. But at the end of the day, that it's his company. He makes the decision. He calls the shots on who stays or who goes. And also, and what are your thoughts on him saying if it was Triple H, it would have been a whole lot different story about his contract renewal? And do you agree with the former T-Bar and Dominik Dijakovic? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I sure agree with the former T-Bar because he makes a good point. Like it would be a whole lot different because Triple H would have saw something in the guy that would that would convince him to maintain his contract status as an in-ring active competitor in WWE, and maybe it would even push him to a point that he can get like on Raw with a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, if not the World Heavyweight Championship. If he that's only if he doesn't see him as a main event level wrestler yet. But but yeah, that would have been like if Triple H was the it was like the whole owner and was fully control into everything in management wise, like in the whole entire company of World Wrestling Entertainment. But I sure wish Dijak a very best of luck, and I hope he does very well. Like I heard he's doing very good in his post WWE run in the Indies. I hope that he gets the same. Hopefully hopefully he gets some like main event level success. Like 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 whether if he's maintaining his position in the Indies or he's on another promotion like some like New Japan or AEW or Major League Wrestling or the NWA, which stands for the National Wrestling Alliance. But anyways, let's move on to the next slide. We got a WWE Hall of Famer calls Mercedes Moné the best worker in the business, just like Goldberg. And we got some very choice words from. I would say choice more like we got some very we got I'll say we got a very we got some very I'll say what's that word I'll say more likely we got some very choice comparisons by the from a WWE Hall of Famer and a former WCW president, like in the current in the current AEW TBS and New Japan Strong Women's Champion Mercedes Moné is one of the biggest female stars in AEW, but it could be further argued that she's right at the top of perhaps not just in the women's division, but the entire promotion. Surprisingly, like this takes this take comes from frequent AEW critic Eric Bischoff, like who believes that Monet is some respects reaching heights hit by WCW icon Goldberg. I mean, I kind of agree on that, but she is sort of undefeated. She is one of all Elite Wrestling's most prestigious championships, just like how Goldberg was with the WCW championship. But anyways, I'm going to talk more about that after I get done reading this article. But was one of the greatest workers in the business during his WCW run. But he isn't used to word worker like most fans would instead applying guidelines once laid out to him by none other than Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan told, this is what Bischoff had to say on his latest episode of his 83 Weeks podcast. Hulk Hogan told me once, like, and when he said it, like, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I was true. Then Bischoff explained that Hogan told him, recalling that the Hulkster reclaimed the best worker was determined like by how much money they were making. Like something the legend has told others, like Nick Aldis before. And Bischoff added, and by that standard, Bill Goldberg was the best worker in the business. He made a lot of more money, as I've mentioned like a few moments ago, like a year and a half before his contract was even set to expire. He forced a renegotiation because he was the best worker in the business at the time. By the lot, by the logic, Bischoff then claims that not only Monet but even Will Osprey are on the same level as Goldberg. And he continued, Mercedes for sure, without a question, the best worker in the business, of the women, anyway. So yeah, it all depends on your perspective. Doesn't it? Like Monet and Osprey were both highly lucrative contract deals with AEW. And what is your thoughts on Eric Bischoff comparing Mercedes Moné like a Goldberg of AEW? And do you agree with the WWE Hall of Famer and former Raw GM? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I sort of agree in a way. Like, only reason why I say that because she's undefeated in a way, and she's been paid a lot of money. She's like one of the highest paid female wrestlers, like how Goldberg was one of the highest uh, male wrestlers of the company of that time back in the 90s. So yeah, I guess there's a couple of similarities there, but I but at the same time, but at the same time, I'd say the other things, like I'm not sure if it's exactly like Goldberg, but yeah, I get where he's coming from when he said that she's the one of the best wrestlers in the company, like how Goldberg was when he was the president of WCW, and yeah, and same goes with Will Ospreay, which he also got signed a lucrative deal. He's getting paid a lot of money. He was once defeated until losing to Swerve Strickland at AEW Forbidden Door, I believe, because he beaten the likes of Bryan Danielson, Roderick Strong, and just name them. Even his own United Empire teammate, Kyle Fletcher. Like he beaten pretty much everybody, like half the roster, until Swerve beat him, and then we got Will Ospreay then bounced back from that loss, and then he beat Daniel Garcia, but he eventually lost to MJF like later on, like a couple weeks later, like after MJF took out Garcia. And and in my opinion, like if he didn't took on Swerve Strickland, I would have kept him undefeated. Like how they're doing with Mercedes Moné or in the women's division, the women's mid card division. Let me rephrase that. I mean, same difference. Like it's still the women's division, no matter what level of the division is. Like whether if it's in the mid card or in the World Championship main event division. But yeah, but my point is, yeah, like I would be making Will Ospreay the Mercedes Moné of the men's division. Where I'm coming from at, yeah. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, I see them. So I see even the CEO and the aerial assassin, being similar in a way. They both used to wrestle in New Japan. They won championships there. They got signed by Tony Khan around the same time. Well, maybe Ospreay got signed like a few months before her, but you get what I'm trying to say. And then at Double or Nothing, they became new champions. So that's a few things that are common that they have like in their positions in AEW. AEW making the mid-card division look like something in the main event level kind of spot in the AEW programming as of late as well. But yeah, I wish them the best of luck continuously, like in their runs in AEW so far, respectively. And I'm in today's wrestling news video with some CM Punk news, as he says, mentally strong, like and physically 100% ahead of WWE SummerSlam match. In a matter of days, the long-standing feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre will culminate in a singles match at WWE's second biggest premium live event of the year, which is also known as SummerSlam, with Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. Like for McIntyre, this marks an opportunity to avenge his recent string like of losses, like at the hands of Punk. Like for Punk, like SummerSlam will serve as the stage of his first in-ring performance, like since the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match at the beginning of the year, which was over half a year ago, and when he sustained a torn triceps injury, like during a recent interview, like with Denise Salcedo. Punk addressed his physical and mental state, like heading into the to the respective PLE, and he replies, mentally strong, physically 100%, and I mean, or at least as 100% as it can, as I get at my current stage of my career. I feel good. I am. I guess that I'm anxious and I'm ready to face up my boots. Not face up, lace up my boots. Why I said face up? Where that even came from? I'm so sorry. And yeah, I'm ready to lace boots. As many fans have pointed out across social media, SummerSlam will also mark Punk's first televised singles match under the WWE banner since January 2014, like when he defeated one half of the New Age Outlaws, which was Billy Gunn, on Monday Night Raw. As far as televised meat, like on the bone, like kind of matches, it's crazy that it's been 10 years, like Punk said. Like it's wild, but I think that's what makes it exciting. I think that's what makes it a special moment. I think that's why a lot of people are going to tune in to watch SummerSlam. Since returning to WWE at 2023's Survivor Series event, Punk has wrestled on 3 occasions, including the aforementioned 2024 Men's Royal Rumble. Punk entered the field at the 27 position. The position, securing 2 eliminations in the in the outing, eventually Punk himself was eliminated by the winner of the Rumble, and that was the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, in an intense Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio, and then he and then but yeah, intense like in the final two face off, like a month before that, like Punk locked up with later defeating the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio at a pair of WWE live events in New York City, and in New York City and in New York City and Inglewood, California. And what on this shocking revelation, this shocking revelation that this is CM Punk's first televised match like in over a decade, like since January 2014, when the last time he fought somebody. It was against Billy Gunn, which is one half of the New Age Outlaws before he exited the company. And do you think he's going to win this Sunday against Drew McIntyre, or do you think he's going to what's that lose? Or do you think he's going to lose by Drew McIntyre? Like would Drew McIntyre could not entirely lose. Win clean. Maybe you have a little help of a guy that he also hates, but not as much as he does with CM Punk, which he might turn into his friend, maybe because of him possibly could help him, allow him to beat him like he always wanted to do ever since Punk came back to the business. But yeah, let me know all about that in the comment section right down below. I guess this is the end of the SNA podcast of the wrestling news video on July 30th, 2024. Like where we talked about these wildest intriguing wrestling news from the sport not Sportskeeda, Wrestling Inc. article. Yeah, from the Wrestling Inc. article. Which one was your favorite out of this list? If I had to choose one, I guess I'll give it to this one, this latest news with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, and the Eric Bischoff one where he said that Mercedes Moné is the Goldberg of AEW, I guess you could say. Also along with Will Ospreay as well. But let me know what your favorite ones are in the comments below. And yeah, those are my two favorite ones. And also, yeah, this is the wrestling news video. And yeah, I think that we could possibly gonna be seeing McIntyre could possibly win. I'm not trying to say that because I'm against CM Punk, but I'm just looking at it in the storylines perspective. With Drew McIntyre could get his revenge on McIntyre, but despite that, we can see this feud could possibly continue with like the follow-ups, like on the following Raw, or maybe even a few weeks after this premium live event on a random episode of Raw, like where they can revisit this fight, like either at Great American, not Great American Bash. What am I talking about? Bash in Berlin, or even what's that other pay-per-view, or Bad Blood in October, which rumors state that they could be doing like either a Hell in a Cell match or even a First Blood match. And what match stipulation will they be doing if they ever had a rematch like on that pay-per-view in October? Let me know also about that in the comments down below. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did so, please make sure to feel free to hit the big thumbs up button, subscribe, click on the post notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my next video. And also, if you like, and make sure to check out my my NXT Great American Bash Edition review video, which is going to be week 1, which we're going to see the both men's and women's championship going to be on the line on this week's edition of the Great American Bash with what's her name, Roxanne Perez taking on Thea Hale to defend her NXT Women's Championship, while while All Ego Ethan Page takes on Oro Menza for the NXT title. And we also got the NXT Women's Tag Team with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn of the Unholy Union taking on taking on the Metaphors Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson. And then we also got Tony D'Angelo taking on Tavion Heights for the NXT Heritage Cup trophy. And then we also got a live concert with the Scottish wrestler from TNA, the man that everybody believes in professional wrestling, and that is Joe Hendry, the one that like doing that pose like where he turns his head to the side right in front of the camera, or something like that. Yeah, but yeah. I can hardly wait for tonight's Great American Bash. It looks very exciting. It's going to be exclusively on this Sci-Fi channel because on the USA Network, the Olympic Games are on, and that is going to be it's going to be on for the next couple weeks to come. And yeah, and for those that don't have Sci-Fi, like yeah, you watching on wherever you get your wherever you get your broadcasting from. I don't know where you get it from, like, but yeah, all I know is that I'm gonna watch on the Sci-Fi channel on YouTube TV, and yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go right here, and once it goes off the air, I'm gonna see you guys on the next video, and I'm gonna hope for you guys have a fun Tuesday afternoon, and I'll see you guys on the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. And before I leave, I want to ask you who is gonna win respectively in these matches. I'm gonna give you my predictions right now. I'm giving it to a all legal Ethan Page, like the continue the retain here, improve Oral Menza that he did not officially defeated him by pinfall for his NXT championship. And also, we got Roxanne Perez. I think she's also going to retain. And then this is where we're going to see the debut of either Julia or Stephanie Vaquer. But let me know in the comments who do you think it is. I'm putting Julia first place, and in second place, Stephanie Vaquer. With who's gonna be making their NXT debut first, that used to wrestle in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And then as for the concert, I think he's gonna perform, but he's gonna most eventually gonna get interrupted by Gallus, and Gallus will attack him after. Like before he can even finish his performance in the arena, like of his one hit single. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe that's what the name of his song is. Like not because of this very catchy phrase, but it's because like it's like it makes sense that he called it that. Like I believe in Joe Hendry or believe in Joe Hendry or whatever its name. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see like what's gonna happen on that angle. And then I could see like Tony D'Angelo retaining, despite Tavion Heights might take him to the limit. And we also got the women's tag team championship match, which we get Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson will put on one hell of a impressive performance. But despite that, I think Isla Dawn and Albert Fire is going to find a way to retain, even if they have to use some very dirty tactics of doing so, and in order to they can also gain some momentum in their next title defense, which is going to be like 3 days after this, which is going to be this coming Friday on SmackDown on the Go Home show before SummerSlam when they take on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see like what's gonna be happening in T minus I would say for now like 6 hours from now. But I'm gonna see you guys there. Y'all take care and have a wonderful Super Ninja awesome day. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching my Assassinators. I appreciate that. And yeah, and make sure to stop by and watch my next video. Bye-bye.